Hey guys, Niara Night Song here for another video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I don't think I've ever talked about before when it comes to having bottom surgery as a trans woman, known as vaginoplasty, uh, gender reconstructive surgery, genital reassignment surgery, a gender affirmation surgery. It has a lot of different names, but you know the one I'm talking about. So I've already talked a lot about the physical recovery of the surgery, and you can go look at my previous videos. You can basically go to my channel on YouTube and type in the search box there whatever different trans thing you want to know about that applies to trans women, and you can probably find it on my channel and at least see my perspective on all of those different things, from hormones to surgery, to voice training, to makeup, to whatever. All my different takes, all my wisdoms, everything I know. I'm not saying I know everything, I don't, but just my own perspective and the little nuggets that I wanted to share with the world. But anyway, the thing that I never expected was more of a social repercussion of it. So you come out as trans and you notice a lot of people leave you, whether they be family or friends or relationships or coworkers or whatever. You lose a lot of people because they're not comfortable with the idea of a woman with a dick. Either they think it's not possible, or it disturbs them, or whatever. They're not comfy with it, or they're hateful or whatever, so they leave, right? And then what you're left with is the people who are accepting of you for the way you are, and then you surround yourself with those people. And then you get bottom surgery, and then a new wave of that happens, because then you find out how many people were around you or interested in you or friends with you or romantically wanting to get with you, whatever. How many people wanted to date you, all that stuff. You find out how many of them were because you were a chick with a dick. And they might not be openly a chaser or openly Worcestershire. They're not openly doing that to you, but you find out that they were all along revolving around you because of that. And then you also get a whole bunch of people that imply that you have a dick. They look at your photos online and they're drooling over you, thinking about you as a girl with a dick, and they think that's really hot. And you can tell by their comments and stuff, and your whole life becomes explaining to people every day that you don't have a dick. It's so annoying. It's you basically, I believe that trans women shouldn't have to disclose that they're trans, but I also believe that they should disclose that they're trans. You don't have to, but for your safety and just for the clarity of everyone involved, I feel you should disclose when you're going to be romantically involved with somebody. If you're going to be in a relationship with someone, I feel it's safer to tell them, because if they find out down the road somehow, they get suspicious about your voice, or they notice something about you physically or whatever, they're going to start asking questions, and then they're going to feel betrayed because you kept it as a secret for them instead of trusting them to tell them. It's going to be a whole thing. And then also someone could get really violent with you or whatever if you find out that they're a transphobe. It's not good for you as the individual to do that, I feel, for your safety. It's just my opinion. That might be controversial, but that's my stance on that. But in addition to telling people that you're trans, then it also becomes having to explain, yeah, you're trans, but not that kind. You're not a girl with a dick. You don't have a dick. You're not into, that's not what you bring to the table. You don't, and then it's the only people that were interested in you for dating. It's well, not a lot of people are interested in dating a trans woman. And generally, most of the people that are, it's because they want the idea of a chick with a dick. So when you tell them that you're trans, but you don't have the dick, and it's well, you don't have the things that we like about trans women, so therefore you're not as good as a cis woman because you can't make babies, or maybe you're less attractive, or whatever the rankings are on the men's hierarchy of women. You don't have the benefits that come with being a trans woman in their eyes, and you don't have the benefits that come with being a cis woman in their eyes, and so therefore you're oh, okay, well, you're gonna get overlooked, basically. And so, like, I had my surgery in 2018. It's now, like, the end of 2022. So, I've been dealing with this for a long time, and it hasn't gotten any better or any easier over the years. It's still, like, with other trans women, with cis men, with dating, with. It's always, like, I have to put it at the top of my dating profiles that I'm post up, and then nobody knows what that means, and then I have to explain it to them. It is a mess. Like, I noticed that some friends only like me because they think I'm a trans woman like them with a dick, and then they find out that I'm post-op, and then they get weird feelings about it, and they're not into me anymore, whatever. Like, it's like, it's a whole thing. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of annoyance. It's a lot of frustration. It's a lot of explaining, and it doesn't seemingly end. That being said, I still choose to disclose that I'm trans. Maybe I could try really hard to be stealth and just live a normal, like, cis woman life, but, like, honestly, I'm uncomfortable about my voice. I feel like that gives me away to some people. I am uncomfortable about certain physical traits that I have. There's, like, things that I feel like, I don't trust that no one's gonna be able to tell that I'm trans, and I don't want to lie to people either. Like, I don't know, I'm proud of my journey. Like, I went through a lot to become who I am. Like, it wasn't easy. It required a lot of sacrifice and a lot of very admirable qualities as a person to get through all of those challenges successfully and get here to this final product. Well, I mean, not a final product, but where I am so far, at least. But yeah, so it's not something I'm ashamed of, and it's not something I want to hide. So, like, I do want to, like, be open about my past and about who I am and stuff, right? That's my own view, and everyone has the right to their own choices when it comes to their life and their body and their history. But that's mine. So yeah, it just causes me all this difficulty, and I'd love to hear your own perspective if you are trans. Then, like, how, and if you haven't had bottom surgery, then just, like, tell me about your perspective on this. If you have, then do you go through the same thing? And then, like, if you're a cis man, for example, then, like, what are your thoughts on this too? I'd like to get the male perspective on this, of course. And if there's anything you feel like I haven't covered yet, or you just don't know, maybe most people haven't watched all my years and years back of videos. So, like, if there's something you want me to talk about, let me know as well. I'm open to making more trans-related videos in the future. And I'll check in with you guys real soon. Thanks so much for coming by.